Hello everyone, I absolutely love whatever path in your life led you to this channel right now. In our last video I went through a Dutch pour acrylic using the ready-mix paints, kind of spun it around. It turned out pretty okay, it looks pretty cool, it's like some fire stuff, but for now we're going to paint on top of this, kind of like a nice cartoony final thing with just some basic acrylic paints. Make a full image, I'll show you how we're going to do that here in just a sec, and let's go ahead and get started. So to start off, I'm going to speed up this video just so it goes by a little quicker. It'd be a pretty long video if I didn't. What you're going to want to do is using just like a basic color, whatever you want as your background or your flat back of the color. We're going to paint this on pretty thick because we have some cells on this with the pour we did that's, you need to paint over and make kind of a solid texture again. So this is kind of counter to what we've already done. But right now I'm just painting this base in a plain white. And you're going to start seeing the image emerge as I'm doing this. So you want to do this basic background image so you have something else to paint on top of. It's almost like we're recreating the canvas, but we're doing it as, here's the background color we're going to use. Finishing off the final fingers here. Alright, now I'm going to start adding in some different colors. So I'm putting in a little bit of a gray, I'm mixing it with the white. I'm going to start adding just a little bit of shade. This is going to be very cartoony. It's going to look different than the acrylic pour, but I think it'll have a kind of cool pop. So we're just going to add some shading here to the hands. Whatever image you could think to do here, I think will look cool. As long as it pops out, it's going to make both the image you're putting on top stand out and the acrylic pour image stand out. So they kind of complement each other and look drastically different. I think it looks very neat. But we'll see how this turns out. I've done a couple of these. So now what I'm doing is I'm putting some black on here to make those bold comic lines that you see in so many paintings and art. So this is going to make those hands kind of defined where you can see more of the image. So finishing off the fingers. And we'll see completed images when this is all done as well, of course. Let's work on that right hand. And let me know in the comments if you'd like to see the full thing of this. I figured it'd be kind of boring, so I don't think anyone would want to watch it. But if you do, let me know. I've got it all non-sped up. But I'm happy to do others as well. Okay, so last thing. Now I'm going to do a white pen. And I'm using this white pen to basically go around the entire image and help it pop off the canvas. So we want to see this actually show up more. Set aside from the canvas. I actually had some other ideas to kind of go around this as well, but I didn't want to completely kill the painting, so this is kind of that last paint approach before we get into the varnish. So here's what it looks like so far. You can see the hands kind of popping off the print here. And the cool textures that show up underneath it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to apply the varnish. I've got a gloss varnish here, acrylic medium. We're going to put this, the painting you see on the right is another one I did. I just happened to need to varnish it at the same time, so you get a kind of 2-for-1 here. That was done with a swipe, acrylic swipe. So we're just going to put this varnish directly on it. I'm using a half of a sponge here to mix it all in. I'm going to do 2, maybe 3 coats. I think probably just 2. You'll start to see the varnish kind of get absorbed. You'll see it. If you see any texture on it, just kind of work the sponge around it. The problem with using a brush is you'll have those brush lines in it, so I like using either a sponge or a nice soft cloth. And of course I speed up the painting side, but I don't speed up this. Where it's the same thing over and over again. And then of course don't forget to get the sides, which I almost forgot. So the sides on these acrylic pours usually end up pretty nice, so you don't want to lose that. And just for kicks, doing the varnish on this other one as well. The coloring on the second one on the right here is really cool. Some of it had some weird smudges when I pulled it was a swipe, so when I swiped it, it had some weird sections that didn't get fully filled in, but ended up pretty neat, especially with the image on top of it. And then just going in for our second coat. We'll see how this final product looks here in just a sec. So from the first pour, I poured on one day. I let a good 24 hours go past before I moved into the second phase, which was starting the acrylic painting on top. The acrylic painting, this was all done, the whole hands were done in one day, and then I waited another day before I put the varnish on just so it could have a chance to set, maybe a day or two. But here we have it. These are the final views of how these look. I think they ended up pretty cool. Let me know in the comments what you think, or if you have any other cool ideas to put on top of acrylic pour painting. I'd love to hear your ideas and get inspired by everything I see that people do here on YouTube. So thank you so much for watching this again. I love that fate has brought you to my page, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and take care.